Welcome to the Medalla Light Puerto Rico Open. Bienvenidos a Puerto Rico. What a match we have here. You have Chang, Jung-Lin, and Aloysius Yapp. Yapp, arguably one of the hottest players right now. And Chang, of course, steady as they go. This is George Teache on the booth with Eric Horlifson. Eric?
Pleasure to be with you guys again. Battle of Titans coming up here.
Oh, Titans it is. Chang to break. $500,000 up for offer here in Puerto Rico this week for 3 different tournaments. This one is a $175,000 prize fund. $37,500 for the winner. This is a winner's qualification match. So the winner here moves into stage 2 of the final 32.
Yapp and Jung-Lin were both seated in the draw. Yapp actually had a just looking over the draw here, sorry.
Yeah, Yapp's first match was Abdulrahman Algahan. Beat him 2-0 and 2-0 against Rida Belage from France. So, and Chang beat Jovan Bustamante in a shootout. And of course his first match was part of the draw, so he's only played 1. Yapp has played 2 and won decisively in both sets.
Nice opener there from Yapp. Nicely on the 2, can play a drawback to the 3. Position from the 6 to the 7 is going to be the key to this rack.
Yapp plays this format very well. He's won twice in Michigan, finished high in every tournament he's played in. I believe he's played in 8, probably 9 now, and has cashed in more than 6 of them. So he's very comfortable with his format. Understands what he has to do, and he gets it done. And he tries to avoid all the shootouts.
Yeah, no one wants to play those
No
shootouts.
one wants those. In the final stage, which is where one of these players is going to go, the third and deciding set will not be a shootout. It will be another set, but if they are tied at 3 in the race to 4, then it does go to a shootout. Meanwhile, Aloysius making pretty good work out of this that he inherited from the dry break.
Yeah, he's going to be looking at getting the cue ball over to the left side of the table here. The 6 only pockets into the bottom right. That angle is going to play him nicely towards the 7, possibly running the cue ball into the 8, play the 7 in the short pocket. Overran it a bit. Still going to have options to come back. It'd be nice if the cue ball's drawing right into the 8 here. Looks like it is.
Ball foul, so he has to be careful with his hand there. And then there is a 3 foul rule, 30-second shot clock, 1 extension per game, and they have 60 seconds after the break to plan their attack.
Yeah, just reaching across table here as a left-hander, going for his extension.
Yeah, this is tough on left-handers.
Cue ball's playing nicely across. Strong start from Yapp. Wasn't in a good position at the beginning of the rack, but quickly figured that out. Exactly what you'd expect from these world-class players.
And world-class they are. Yapp has an 828 Fargo. He is number 9 out of the top 100 in Fargo in the world. And his opponent is an 827, so there's a whole point difference.
Wow. Tough to pick a winner.
The young man at the table is sponsored by Mess Q's, CPBA Cloth, Jam Up, Zen Tips, Q Ship, and Q Sports Singapore. A host of sponsors. His opponent is sponsored by Predator. And goes on to take the first game. The opening 1-0 and a race to 4.
Once again,
Loser of this match will still have a chance to qualify for the final 32, and they'll only have to win one match to get back to that stage, but both players will advance without the worry of elimination.
I've always said in this format that if there's a match you want to lose, or you have to lose, it may as well be this one.
Yeah.
Because that way you just play one more and you're back in and not chancing 2 more matches of disqualification.
Further on in the draw, small edge where the players from the winner's side are drawn against players from the loser's side, but at the point when it gets to the final 32, everyone's a threat.
And everyone goes out if they lose, whether they lost one earlier or not.
Yeah.
It breaks down real nice, especially the last 2 days of it, when you get your semifinals, or your quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the final all back to back.
Both players breaking from the same position. Both players with a lot of experience in this format, going with the break that they've been the most successful with. Tracking towards the side, but got kicked out on the way there. 5's going to be the problem for Jung-Lin in this rack. Nothing really down table where he can develop the 5, but he can get the cue ball in an angle where he'll be able to stop the cue ball behind the 9. He's just looking at that angle right now. Might actually be enough room to pocket it as well. See how he develops towards the 5. Almost undercut that one.
I thought he missed it when he first hit it, and I saw it rolling towards the pocket.
Yeah,
wow.
He was trying to hit it to the thick part of the pocket to slow down the movement of the cue ball. Just almost overdid it. Has the angle to go 2 rails forward here.
Jung-Lin Chang, prior to COVID, had a lot of success at the table, and then ever since he's come back from COVID, in the 2 years that he was gone, he's come back. He's kind of been there in the final 16 and the final stages, but can't quite cross that little that one step. It's that big step he has to still come across.
Yeah, a little bit odd because he has won about 10 majors, so
yes.
He has experience getting through the final stages of the tournament, and I wouldn't say age is getting him. I'd say he's not older than 35.
Well, he actually is 38.
Oh, he's that old? Yeah.
So he's, for example, Shane's 40.
Yeah.
So, and they've had a couple of strong battles between the 2 of them. Big battles. Probably one of the best sets ever in the race to 100.
I remember Jung-Lin was up by about 15 or 20 games, and Shane came back and won.
Yeah.
For a long time, they were tagged as the top 2 in the world. Surprising miss there, but the 9 was the reason he got into that. He was worried about contacting the 9 on the way through to the 5. So it looks like a strong start for Yapp. Going to be up 2-0 and breaking.
Hits the ball so clean. Nice tidy cue ball.
A little straight here, but if he feels like he's so straight, he can still play the 7 in the long pocket.
And we are in Puerto Rico, and we have quite a fan base here. You have about 650 to 700 local and players from all around the world, amateur players, for their for the Caribbean State Championship. Players from all over Latin America. Also for the World Team Championships, which will get started after this match at 8 p.m. local time here in Puerto Rico.
USA and Chinese Taipei, one of the matches on the TV table. Not sure about the other one, but we're going to have some good action for you. Singapore doesn't have a team in the World Teams this year, but Jung-Lin is a part of the Chinese Taipei team. Nicely on the 9 here. Cue ball's trending towards the rail a little bit, but should be able to manage.
Yeah. Team Philippines versus Team USA on table 1. On table 2, we are streaming 2 tables, is Team Spain versus Team Puerto Rico.
Interesting. All the Puerto Rican fans will be out for that one.
Oh, this place should be packed. And they go nuts when they're here in Puerto Rico. Game number 2 with this 10 ball. Yapp opens up with a strong 2-game lead. $500,000 on offer. $300,000 for the team championships. The winner of that takes home $120,000, and then $125,000 for the men's. And 37.5 goes to the winner. The Women's Open, the Puerto Rico Women's Open, is a first prize of $22,500 and $75,000 total purse. Your runner-ups for this tournament was Daniel Maciel last year, and the winner and champion of Puerto Rico last year was Carlo Biado, who will be on table number 1 at 8 p.m. with his teammates Roland Garcia, Rubelin Amit, and Cheska Centeno. Barry Anderson, your referee for this match. Barry's from the Ohio area.
Solid hit, lots of movement. Not going to make one though. Rack's pretty open. This is the opening that Jung-Lin needed to get back in this first set. Gonna have to get a small angle on the 3. Very small if he wants to get easily on the 4. Might end up having to draw into the 4. There is room there. Table's playing a little bit heavy. It's raining outside right now. It has been raining for 3 days, really, off and on. Just have to overstroke those type of shots a little bit.
Probably why there is as much slide as usual on the new cloth.
Yeah, the cloth is grabbing a little more. Just overall humidity in the atmosphere.
Came in nicely for that tight angle you were talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty much perfect here. He's going to draw the cue ball between the 4 and the side. Ran into it a bit, which got him a little straighter than he wanted. It's actually a bit of a problem coming back for the 6. He's down quick at it though. Yeah, he's double checking the angles here. Might have to power draw all the way down to the short rail.
I was thinking he might power draw that ball, but it could just slide right up in the corner.
Yeah, it's kind of going the wrong way.
Exactly.
It's drawing to the right a little bit, which is not what he wants.
If he catches the corner of the side pocket, it'd be perfect.
Just
Yes,
avoided
yeah,
the
just
scratch.
barely, yeah.
Nice shot. Still got a little too much angle on the 5, but did well to get in decent position from where he was.
I thought that was a rather confident draw shot, especially with the corner pocket looming the way it was.
Definitely had to target it pretty specifically there.
Sure did.
Good control here from Jung-Lin. Firing back as you would expect. Choice to come up for the side of the corner here.
Once again, teams, I need your
Had to move the cue ball a little more for the side, but the 8 was very inviting over the side. Not too much speed on this one, but the position plays natural.
I need USA, Puerto Rico, Spain, Indonesia, Japan, Portugal, Taipei, Peru,
Out of the pocket.
South Korea. I need your rosters.
And 1-2. And as you heard the announcer over the intercom, truly an international affair here in Puerto Rico when he was calling out teams' rosters.
Yeah, the event grew in entries from last year. If things don't go well in the tournament, you can always enjoy the amenities and beaches of the island.
And a lot of them here in Puerto Rico. And it's all free to come in. We stream 2 tables for free, and entrance is free to the event. On table number 1, this is table 2. On table number 1, we have Shane Van Boning versus John Mora. Quite an event there, too.
Both stream tables featuring players that are very hot as of late.
John is from your neck of the woods, Eric.
Yeah, he doesn't spend much time there anymore, but
Yeah.
he just told me that we're actually playing a provincial challenge between Ontario and Quebec next weekend, so he'll be back for that. And he's just going to take a little time off, visit his family in December. It'll be nice to have him around.
He's a nice young man.
One of the best.
Yeah, he is.
Longtime friend of mine.
Well, 9-ball? Not quite. And an open shot for Aloysius Yapp.
Yeah, 5's glued to the 10. Definitely not pocketable. Don't see any of the first 4 balls really lying into a breakout. Possible he can break it out, but not get on the ball afterwards. Might have to wait until the 4 and take his chances off of that. If he comes below the 3 here, he'll have the angle to run into the 5-10, but the 8's blocking so much of the 4 that I think that's too risky. Knows he's a little straight here, but he does have angle going forward. He can really power through with high. He can get back over to the right side rail. The 4. Doesn't like it playing the bank. Odd choice here. I saw something where he could play the 4 up into the 6-9 combo and then open up the 5 and hope that the 4 ends up near that pocket. That's the only reason I could see him shooting this bank. What a creative play this is, but he doesn't have the angle to open up the 5 now. The only reason the 8 was covering a lot of the angle for the 4 as well. But the main reason he shot this is because he wanted to play the 4 and then open up the 5.
He's playing safe.
Yeah, it didn't end up how he wanted, so he just opted for the safe there.
Pretty creative. I thought he was laying pretty good to follow that and get on the 4.
He
But
would have
couldn't open. But couldn't.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Couldn't open up the 5 from it though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think the goal there was to play a creative combo and then open up the 5.
Like I mentioned earlier, he's very comfortable with his format, and he knows what it takes to win these very short races.
Well, the 4 here is actually going to lay on a shot where he can open up the 5-10, and he's definitely going to take a shot at it here. Not really possible to control the exact result after you hit the 5, but good things can happen. There's open pockets down there.
Think he'll go 2 rails or just straight down towards it?
I like going straight into it.
Oh, he's playing safe. Taking no chances and putting the 4 ball in play.
What a great shot that was.
That creativity there was beyond off the charts.
Yeah, I missed that shot, but it's definitely the right shot, especially getting it to the point where he was able to open up the 5-10 on that.
Sure. Here I thought, and you kind of thought he's going to come at it. Do you do 2 rails or straight at it? And he says, option 3.
He could have, but this is what much higher percentage play that he played there. Too unpredictable how the 5-10 was going to end up, even if he was able to run into it.
Well, he comes at this 2-rail kick. I mentioned 2 tables that were being streamed tonight, but there's 6 other matches going on in the World Team Championships, and that's Germany versus Indonesia, Japan versus Canada. I'm sorry, Japan versus Portugal, Chinese Taipei versus Team Canada, Austria versus Peru, Great Britain, South Korea, and Poland versus New Zealand.
Beautifully judged kick there by Jung-Lin. Got rewarded as well. But yeah, everyone getting into every stream round is going to be some interesting action from here forward. Nice shot.
Oh, what a shot. Look at this position on this 5 ball. Thing of beauty.
I think he'll want to play the 6 onto the 9, only pocketing the 9. Prefer to hit it softly. If he hits it hard and the 6 doesn't go in, it's kind of unpredictable to tell where the 6 is going to go. Got a nice angle here. We can come off the side rail and still hit it softly. Got to be careful the 6 doesn't follow the 9 in, though. His choice. He could play them both, but I'd favor just trying to make one of them.
Very, very short backswing.
Yeah, something to note there, if you're trying to hit the ball softer, keep your backstroke short. If you're trying to hit the ball harder, lengthen your backstroke a little bit. Six ball was buried pretty deep in the pocket, so he chose to draw straight out of it. Yapp's got a little longer pause at the end of his backstroke than most players. Kind of varies it. Seems like he doesn't pause for as long sometimes and then pauses for a little longer on other shots.
Yeah, and he also slows down coming back, and sometimes goes a little longer and stays with it very well, though.
See, like that pause wasn't as long as the pause before. He has that in mind. It's just the way he's hitting the ball. He feels more comfortable delivering it in different ways.
And he takes game number 4 with a 3-1 lead.
Pretty much flawless play so far. Good choices from Yapp in that rack, particularly playing the 4 towards the 5-10. Jung-Lin made a great kick, but Yapp still jumped the ball in afterwards. Hard to fathom sometimes how good these players are.
And how many there are of them now.
Right.
I've been playing pool for 56 years, and I've never seen the number of players, elite players, like 44 of them.
Well, the biggest
800 plus.
Yeah, biggest thing is, you know, before it was mainly Americans that were at the top of the game. Now it's players from all over the world, right? So.
We are playing this Medalla Light Puerto Rico Open on Predator equipment. Predator 9-foot Apex tables, the Predator Arcadia Cloth, the Arena Lights, Arcos balls.
Yuki to the tournament desk, please.
Haven't seen a break-in run yet.
Haven't seen a safety either. Did we see one?
Couple here and there.
Oh, that gray one by Yapp. Yep.
Made the one this time, went a little short of the side. When that happens, it can bank across to the same corner you're breaking over. Same type of rack where the 7 is glued to the 10 now. So we're going to see some more strategical play in this rack. The 4 could play into the 7-10. Be interesting to see if he tries to open it up early with the 4 here. Five's possibly a safer play as well. Gonna leave himself long on the 6, but the way he's going at the 7, there's less chance. There's a very high chance of getting some kind of shot on the 6.
Kind of surprised he didn't give himself an angle to open up the 7 there.
Yeah, if he was going to open it up here, I'd like being on the other side of the 5.
Exactly.
I mean, he still does have the angle. He can come off the left side rail and into the 7-10. But looks like he has other plans.
Now this is a little tougher than had he been on the other side of the 5 and just nibbled the top of the 7 to get shape on the 6.
Yeah, I think on that play he was just worried about how far he was going to leave himself from the 6, but he's definitely waited till the last minute here to kind of open up the 7. Two-way bank.
Yeah.
He's actually got too much angle to hold the cue ball behind the 10 now. It was a creative play overall, though. Just kind of took the breakout totally out of the equation. And if he would have got good on the 7 here, he would have been in a spot where he could have played like a free shot on the bank. I think the 7 can track far enough to the left of the 10 that he can still play a safe on it, but he won't be able to bank it in. Just be on a bit of a wrong angle for that. Other option is just to go all in with the bank.
I think that may have been what he was playing for to begin with the cue ball. He didn't come down far enough for the 7. Eric, you called that one with the two-way option there.
Yeah, he called the bank just in case it went in, but he was playing the safe there. Very high level thinking overall in these last 2 racks. Interesting to see. Got me on both of them. I was thinking about trying to break out the 7-10. He never had it in mind. And again, if he would have got a little better on that 7, he would have been able to take a shot at actually banking it in and playing a guaranteed 2-way. Tried to play a kick safe there. Didn't get thin enough. Left a combo, but you'd expect Yapp to make this one. Very strong play in this first set, and he's the favorite to finish it out now. Chang hasn't really made a mistake. Yapp's just held control.
Yeah, he got eaten alive by those 2 safeties Yapp played.
Yep. Controlled that well. Avoided getting behind the 10. Knew the 7 was going to play to the right a little bit. Played the cue ball over, so he'd still be okay.
Very, very strong showing by Yapp in this first set. First and opening set. 2 balls to put it into the history books.
Yapp plays a lot of open bridge. Just a testament to how well he times the cue ball.
And the 10 ball is down for a 4-1 win, winning 4 of the 5 games played. On to set number 2.
Yeah, strong opening set there from Yapp.
Looks like we're going to go right into the second set. Sometimes the players decide to take a break there. Sometimes we decide to take a break there. Looks like we're going right for it, folks. We're going to stay right with you and bring you the live action.
Yeah, no real need for regrouping. No. Chang's happy with how he's played. Just needs a couple more openings, a couple more kicks to go his way. If it happens like that, he wants to be the first one playing safe as well. Can turn around quickly.
And they do. These matches, it just seems like the table knows who's winning and whose turn it is to win.
Sure.
All of a sudden you see the breaks go one way and the score gets pretty close. Left-hander from Singapore.
Nothing down this time, but the 1's going to be covered. Chang could get real aggressive here and try a jump combo. It's lined up pretty well. Obviously not an easy shot when you're jumping.
Yeah, some quick stats provided by the pool stat guy. Aloysius took 38 shots in set number 1 with 66% time at the table. And Chang had 18 shots with 34% time at the table. It was one really successful break in that match. And the two safeties played by Chang, very successful and probably account for that winning.
1 for 5 on the break.
1 for 5 on the break is
Wow.
what we just got.
Smart push here. Push it in a spot where its combo is missable now. Looks like he's going to have a go at it. Opting for safe. Close to tell if the 5 got him or not on the 1. If it didn't, he'll be challenged to hold the cue ball near the area where the 1's at. Looks like he's playing safe here, crossing the 1 over, trying to avoid the double kiss. Just narrowly avoided it, but good shot there. Yapp can try to play the cue ball over by the 9 here. Gonna have to get it because the 1 will be tracking towards the left corner pocket.
Oh, beautifully done.
Great shot. Just enough room to jump. Cue ball's kind of playing towards the side pocket. Because of that, he might try to play the 1 around 3 rails and up table, but tough to get enough energy in the cue ball here because he's got to get it up real quick. Kind of landed on top of it. Tough shot. Tied the 2 up though. Ideally, Yapp might try to play into the 6 here. Good shot, as long as he's got enough of the 2. Looks like he does.
And the angle to go for the 3.
Yeah.
A little birdie came and told me that Yapp and Chang are no strangers to each other. They usually are what he called sparring partners. They'll play $100 sets just to amuse themselves.
Good for them. Can't get any better competition.
No. Can't tell you who wins those, but I can tell you that Fargo says out of the last 3 times they played in 2022, Chang won 2 of their meetings.
Okay. Do we know what games those were? Was it 10 ball or?
Let's take a look. Maybe I think I took a picture of the screenshot that I had. I did not, but I will try to bring it up.
Both players are equally proficient at both games. Interesting side note. feel like if Yapp gets on top of the 8 here, he's still going to have angle to miss the scratch going forward 2 rails.
In addition to those numbers I just gave you, out of all their common opponents, the difference is 0.2%.
Okay, so they're equally.
They're very, very equal. And Jung-Lin Chang defeated Aloysius Yapp 7-5 at the Sandcastle Open, playing 9-ball.
Okay.
On October 6th, and then playing, and then 7-6. And in Michigan, playing 10-ball, Yapp beat him 7-6.
So even the score lines are close.
Very, very close. But what amazes me is the 0.2% difference in the head-to-head matches.
Sure.
55.3 and 55.1 overall.
Needs the speed here. Not going to quite get it. I mean, the way he's playing, I feel like he's going to shoot at the bank. He's looking at the 10. These are where these players really excel, because if an average player, or even say an average pro, shoots at this shot, they might make it, I don't know, 50 to 60% of the time. But players like Yapp and Chang, they make it around 80% of the time. That's why they can actually go for this bank. He actually played it in a two-way fashion there, where he was trying to get the cue ball behind the 10 and still go for the bank.
Traveling the cue ball almost 9 feet. That's a lot of confidence in your speed.
Yeah. And he got a little bit tripped up by the shot clock there too, so he just kind of got in a spot where he had to execute a little quicker than he thought. Interesting shot from Chang here. He's going to go rail first with a bunch of left spin. This type of shot can always lay into the cue ball, scratching in the opposite corner pocket along the same long rail. Didn't quite get it. Very tough to judge the deflection over that distance. Left him safe though. I think Yapp's going to go at this as well. Long bank in the corner. Big shot coming up here. Just missed. Good effort there. But looks like Jung-Lin's going to get out to his first lead of the match.
As he runs out these remaining balls, I'll bring in some scores from the winners qualification stage. We have (16 matches, 15 other than this one. And Joshua Filler leads 2-1 over Gerson Martinez in the first set. Roland Garcia over Tyler Steyer, 2-1 in the first set. Phil Buford, who is on the Great Britain team or the United Kingdom team, over Albin Ocean 2-1. Mario He has won the first set over Abdullah Al-Shamari. Feder Gorst leads Dimitris Lukatos 2-0. Carlo Biado trailing Alex Kazakis 2-1. John Mora, actually Shane Van Groningen has won the first set 4-3 over John Mora on table number 1. And then Wu Kun Lin is tied with Oliver Scholznoki. Francisco Sanchez 3-1 over Oscar Vildivieso. Wojciech Szewczak over Vitali Patsura 2-0. Daniel Maciel over Peaches Labudas, they're tied. Dennis Grabe and Pier Francesco Garzia tied at 1. Alex Pagalayan trailing Conrad Yashushin 3-1. Yuki Oi over Hayato Hichikata 2-1. And Sullivan Clark 2-0 over Victor Zielinski. Back to the action here.
Chang with only his second break in the match coming up dry again. Again, with the humidity in the area, the balls are the tables are playing a little heavier and the balls are breaking a little heavier. So you even see with these two world-class players, they were 1 for 5 on the break in the first set. And I can't remember if Yapp made a ball on the break in his first break of this set, but overall they're under 25%. Just pocketing a ball, never mind getting a shot. Three passes the 8. 5 passes the 10. So he's all open here. 6 is very sharp in the side. So sharp that he might have to avoid the side. It's off the rail though.
That was a dry break for Yapp.
Yeah, so they're 1 for 7 on the break.
Nice position on the 5 to go to the 6.
Yeah, it's off the rail, so he's going to play up to the top part of the table here, and if he doesn't end up liking the angle on the side, he'll always have the long pocket on the 6 as well. So close to the side, but so it's tempting, but I don't think he'll mess with it. Just play the corner here, avoid the point. Looks like he is going to go for it. Nice shot. In good line now to level out the second set.
And playing the way he is, you can see why both of his matches that he had earlier in this tournament won him 2 sets to 0.
Yeah, he's just at the top of his game right now. Seems like when he has to hit the ball a little harder, he pauses for longer at the back. And when he's playing more medium speed shots, he kind of pauses for a natural amount of time. See the difference in the pause lengths there in those last 2 shots? Longer on the 7, longer on the 8, a little shorter on the 9.
Sylviana Liu in the stands there. That's Yapp's girlfriend watching him play. A little support. And it is tied at 1. Winner break format brings him to the table once these balls are racked for game number 3.
Don't recall any missed balls yet in the match.
I actually can't either. Let's put Michael to a test.
The
Our
pool
stat guy, yeah. Have we had a missed ball so far in the match? One missed shot by Yapp.
Okay. He's made so many good ones, I forgot.
Quick on the stats, that man is.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Appreciate his help.
Folks, you can look forward to some great stats coming going forth. We just need the right equipment here to be able to receive his data. I do it off my iPad and it just doesn't come in clear, plus the internet problems.
Finally made the one inside, shot on the 3. Looking to pull ahead here in the second set. Looks like he's going to have to play the window between the 9-10.
It was that, well, he counted that missed bank 9 ball
Okay,
as a missed shot.
sure.
And actually that might have been kind of a two-way shot.
Yeah,
So
so
really-
we'll count him down for a
Yeah,
half on that
we'll
one.
put it down for a half, that's right. Look how straight, right there you can see the delivery of the cue, how straight everything stayed on that delivery.
Yeah, it has to be to play at the level that he does. Got a little straight here. Wants to think of ways he can bring the cue ball off the side rail.
Either that or just bring it back a little bit and shoot the 6 ball to the right-hand corner. Get straight in on it pretty much. Oh, does it go? It might not go by the
Seven's
7.
blocking
Yeah,
it,
may
yeah.
not go by the 7. Never mind. Me and my bright ideas sometimes.
Just had to power up there. Got as much out of it as he could. 8's going to make the pocket a little bigger here. Use the 8. Mainly used the 8 because he felt like his control of the cue ball would be a little stronger, hitting it thicker. Was able to slow it down a little more.
Aloysius playing very, very well.
Another good look down the line of the shot here. Flawless delivery. So, first break-in run of the match looks like it's coming in the 8th game. Perfect. Didn't want to have to punch that ball, but pocketing was easy enough that he felt okay ramping up the speed there. Textbook play here by Yapp.
2 in a row to take a 1-game lead.
Starting to get the break going as well. format for the World Team Championships is going to be a round robin, groups of 4. Each team will play 3 matches to guarantee a spot in the final 8. Look, it seems like teams will have to win 2 matches. Group A is Philippines, Spain, Puerto Rico, and USA. Pretty much every group has 3 strong teams minimum, so there's going to be a lot of great play. Group B is Germany, Japan, Portugal, and Indonesia. Group C is Chinese Taipei, Austria, Peru, and Canada. Strong group there. Group D, Great Britain, Poland, New Zealand, and South Korea. Group A and Group C are going to be very competitive. Just missed the 1, just missed the 4-railer. Not leaving a shot on the 1 though. Jung-Lin just looking at the slightest bit dejected there. He's just not quite going his way in this match.
Wow, for set number 2, get a load of this stat. Time at the table. 81% for Aloysius, 19% for Chang.
Yeah, all Chang's really done is play safe.
He's taken 6 shots to Aloysius 30 shots.
I feel like Yapp's going to take this push on. Very likely to stick the cue ball where the 1 is. Just a question of where the 1's going to go. Not a bad push from Jung-Lin though, because the 1 is going to be tracking over the bottom right corner pocket in a lot of spots. He might actually choose to go off the right side of it a little bit to kind of get the cue ball going to the left and make the 2-4 a bit of a bigger stack. If you get the 1 going into the right side rail, it can land safe by hitting it squarely as well.
I liked that shot. I liked him calling it there, and I guess he did. Send it over beneath that wall of balls there.
Yeah, so he wasn't trying to make it, right? He was actually trying to play the cue ball to the left to kind of make the 2-4 line a little bigger. So unluckily it went in the pocket. Jung-Lin getting the best of this push battle here. Not over yet though. Of course, Yapp still has a way to kick safe at this ball. Looks like he's going to try to hit the top side of it and play the cue ball towards the 9. I mean, these shots are just so underrated tough, you know, like, not saying he's going to pull it off in this one-off spot, but you go ahead and try it yourself and see how many tries it takes you. Very tough. Hit it too squarely. 3 got a rail. Should be in trouble on the next spot. It's landed kind of funny for Jung-Lin, but should be able to figure something out. Not a ton of options with the cue ball going to the right. Looks like he's going to have to use the 10 as a major blocker here. You would think he would have stayed down table here, but it looks like he might come all the way up table with the cue ball because cue ball just not lying good to stay down table. Shot there. Gonna leave the rail first though. And the way Yapp's playing, gonna make him a favor to make this. Yeah, Jung-Lin really hasn't done anything wrong, just getting in tough spots. And Yapp is playing good enough to get him to maintain or
keep him there.
Yeah. get the edge back.
Yeah, he'll slide this off the rail. I think he'll hit this. I think he'll execute this shot perfectly. Going rail first. And oh. Well, it worked.
Yeah, apologizing there. Didn't mean to go off the 3. Kind of surprised he didn't hit it with running spin. He hit it with straight high.
I think maybe just hold the cue ball.
Yeah, could have been part of it.
So it couldn't get away.
Yeah.
Yeah, those rail first shots can get away so fast, especially on a slick table.
Nice shot there to get away from trouble. And he's perfectly on the 4 again. This has been from Yapp. A little thin here, but I feel like he's just thick enough that he can play it out one rail.
That's his giddy up go face. Moving a little faster because of the shot clock. Still executes it perfectly.
Not straight, but he'll be able to drop the same long rail. Bit of traffic down here. There are tracks inside and outside the 8. Wanted to stay away from tracking towards the 8-9, so got back into the middle, cheated the pocket. Nice shot. Hit the speed here.
Yeah, he'd like to add another 2 feet to that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, one of the first positional mistakes. Still able to recover. Cue ball's traveling naturally towards the 9. Pocketing on the 8 is just tougher than he would have wanted.
A lot of you watching now, make sure you make time to get back to us by 8 p.m. Another hour and a half from now when we start with the World Team Championships. This will be the last match of the night for the men's Medalla Light Puerto Rico Open. We'll be back tomorrow with plenty of action.
Great recovery there from Yapp. So I wonder about this stat, George. I feel like Jung-Lin hasn't missed the ball yet, which is understandable. It happens when players break and run a bunch of racks, but I wonder the last time a player's lost a match not missing a ball where the opponent's only broken around one rack. You know what I'm saying? It's
yes.
Like
yes.
Yapp's just kind of controlling things in a high level way.
Yeah,
that's a lot of good saves.
That's actually a really good point.
Not that Jung-Lin doesn't know how to defend against it. He's one of the best players in the world too, but it's just he's played really well on the safe end of the match.
Well, he can't defend from the chair though.
Yeah.
Yapp has been very selfish with table time.
Mm-hmm.
He's hoarding it all.
Sand Tips there, sponsoring him. One of my favorite tips, made the one on the side here. 9 almost went as well. He's on the 2. Gonna have to move the cue ball here. 4-8 are kind of blocking the easiest tracks back to the 3. Could choose to play it with some left. Avoid the 4 to the left.
Yeah, some stats provided here. Chang had 6 safe or options for a safety, pocketed 3 of them, missed 1 ball, and returned safe 2 of them. That's
Okay.
right. I understand that one. Whereas Aloysius had 4 safe options and returned safe all 4.
Right. It's kind of like how successful their kick safes were.
Exactly.
So, Yapp
Exactly.
was 4.
Safety efficiency is what it's called.
Yeah. So Yapp was 4 for 4. And Jung-Lin was 3 for 6. And that's been the only difference in the match.
Yet the score is at 3. Well, those 3 turned into games.
Right. Yapp didn't want to hit the 5 on the way back to the 3 here. Still going to play offense. Cue ball's tracking towards the 8 off 2 rails. Might be able to keep it on the left side of the table. Just got to avoid the 8. He knew he was playing towards it. Be brutal if it gets behind it here.
It
Perfect set is
did.
not in effect anymore. But I mean, he knew that it's not. It's going to go down as a mistake on the scorecard, but very tough to control the cue ball over 15 feet like that.
just, if he just bumps it, he's perfect.
Yeah.
And now he's got a kick.
It's not like he got out of control with the cue ball. The only option was to play it on that track.
Well, the man's out of his chair.
Yeah, right. First open look in a long time.
Down 3-1. Good opening shot on the 4 ball.
And don't forget, this is the excitement factor of this Predator Pro Series here. For a 1-race scenario, Yapp would be up 7-2 and consider him a huge favorite to win the match. But in this scenario here, Jung-Lin is only 2 games away from forcing a shootout.
And a shootout would put the match up for grabs.
Yeah. There will also be a shootout in the team event. The goal in the team event is going to be to win 3 out of 4 matches. If there'll be 4 matches played. If the 4 matches tie at 2, there will be a shootout.
The matches are best of 5 sets. The first set will be the women's singles. Second set will be the men's singles. The third set, the mixed doubles. So the 2 out of the first 3 sets have a lot to do with the 1 woman player on the team.
I took note of that. Yeah, so there's going to be pressure on the female player.
Then the 4th set is the singles. Teams pick, but they can't pick the same man that took the first single.
Okay.
And then, of course, if they're tied 2 apiece, it goes to the shootout. And each team player shoots in rotation. Order is decided by the team.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Great format.
I saw it in Klagenfurt last year, and it was exciting.
Races to 4, correct?
Correct. There's 3 out of 5. And the races to 4, correct.
In each set. Yeah.
take a look at some of the matches going on in the other winners qualification. We won't read them all off this time. That took too long the last time I read them off. We don't want to go that far. Let's take a look at good old.
How many first sets are done?
We'll read the first sets. Mario He is one set, but trailing 3-1 in the second set to Abdullah Al-Shamari.
Okay.
Fedor Gorst has won the first set over Dimitris Lukatos. Shane Van Boning won the first set over John Mora, but they're tied at 2 in the second set.
Okay, close one there.
Francisco Sanchez won over Oscar Valdivieso. And Wojciech Szewczak has won the first set against Vitali Patsura. Pedros Labudas over Daniel Maciel, one set. And that'll take care of those and get back to this match.
Jung-Lin made a ball here. Corner ball went directly in off the break, which is odd. He can take a go at the 1 here. The cue ball is going to run into the 4. Try to hit it in a way where it can free up the cue ball, and the cue ball doesn't get stuck in line with the 6.
Yeah, he's looking at that now. Can he hit the upside of the 4? Looks like he can.
Yeah.
So that it'll slide up instead of down.
Yeah, he wants to hit the. Yeah, I think he actually wants to hit the right side of it. Tough shot. Definitely taking his extension here, considering all options. Really just has to judge what part of the 4 he can hit, because if he hits it in the wrong way, it's too easy to get stuck behind the 6 or the 7. Judged perfectly. What a shot, and we have a match now. After sitting for that long, George, just to come up and play a shot like that, sign of mark of a champion.
Well, a champion he is. As you said earlier, for many years, him and Shane Van Boning were considered the top 2 players in the world.
Yeah, he ran into the 9 here and didn't come off of it properly. I think he was doing all he could to avoid the 9, and he felt like even if he did hit it, he'd still get a shot a lot of the time. It just didn't work out. He's in a bad spot here. No kick safe, really. Maybe trying to play the cue ball behind the 7. Called the 5 in the corner, got going that way, but not there. Yapp might have to go rail first here. It's very close to the pocket, so if he feels like he can cheat the right part of the pocket, he will.
Shoot that with a little draw and come straight down past that 6 for the side?
Yeah, kind of guaranteeing you don't get inside it then. Could use the rail as well. Shot. So just one mistake really from Jung-Lin the whole match, and Yapp's been rewarded here for a great set played.
Yeah, that positional play on the 5 ball.
Yeah, really the only
tough
mistake.
Well, the good thing about it, it's not over for him. He will come back, play one more match, and find his way, probably find his way to that final 32.
I think so, the way he's playing. Looking strong still.
Yep, still has 3 balls to go. But he's showing us he's played as close as possible to a perfect match.
Yeah, made a lot of great shots, made a lot of smart decisions. Really showing class here. Gloves are off for Jung-Lin. He knows he's done here, and barring something extremely unforeseen.
Like a little nibble there.
Yeah.
And he cut the top of the ball. Well, this 10 ball, not the easiest.
Yeah, I didn't want to be on the rail.
Sylviana Liu, young lady in the over his right shoulder there. The girlfriend looking on.
Strong rail bridge here, getting flat as he can towards the cue ball. Shot.
There it is. On it goes, and Aloysius Yapp moves forward to the final 32. And Mr. Chang Jung-Lin, one more match to try to get to the same place. This is George Teachat, Eric Orlifson, bringing you the live action. Good night, folks.